Hi guys, Nymphria here. I'm sorry it's been a little while since my last video. I hope you guys are all well, that you had a fabulous Christmas and a happy new year. As you know, the game weeks came thick and fast over the Christmas period, and I didn't have a chance to do a video in between each to update you guys. But I have been keeping you guys up to date on Twitter, so I hope you've been following me there. However, I thought it'd be a really good idea to do a quick recap video, update you guys on everything that's been going on and the main bullet points. So without further ado, here it is. So, game week 15 seen a pretty average game week. I got a grand total of 48 points. Looking at it, there's not a whole lot I could have done differently. I only had a grand total of 3 extra points on the bench, and so wouldn't have made much difference to my game week total. And if I could be picky, I probably should have chosen Costa as captain. But all in all, not a bad game week. Okay, so game week 16 was a bit of a disaster. I only got 31 points. I should have definitely had Heaton in instead of Foster. That might have just seen me make average points that game week, but let's be fair, it was just pretty bad all round. People not playing and a few injuries, and my top 3 up front not really producing, it just turned out to be a bit of a disaster. And I'd like to forget about game week 16 pretty fast. So if I thought it was bad leaving 12 points on the bench in game week 16, game week 17 didn't get any better for me. 41 points in the bag, but 13 points sat on my bench. I definitely made a lot of wrong choices. Well, when I say a lot of wrong choices, I mainly mean 2. I probably should have had Gibson in instead of Cook, and I really should have captained somebody other than Kane. Costa, Allen or Sanchez would have seen me do better in the points. But I'm pretty sure I reached just around average that game week, and so it wasn't quite as terrible as game week 16. But in game week 18 things were looking up. 56 points in the bag. Heaton could have replaced Valdez in goal for a few more points, and I'm pretty happy with who I captained, with Ibra getting 30 points. Other than that, sticking Macaulay in for Cedric, who got me no points, I probably couldn't have done a whole lot better. And so I'm pretty happy with game week 18. Game week 19 was okay, back down into the 40s again, unfortunately. And I did transfer Kane out for Ibrahimovic. However, I did pretty okay elsewhere. Again, my keepers could have been swapped around, Valdez in for Heaton, maybe Chan in for Matic. But other than that, I got the best out of the points that I had available to me. Unfortunately, those of you who still had Kane in definitely did a lot better than me in game week 19. So last game week 20, was a bit better than I've done in previous weeks. I was considering getting Aguero in for Ibrahimovic, but I wanted to see how Aguero was going to adjust to being back. And Ibra has been pretty consistent with my points and had a good run of games. So I decided to use my change based on what a few of you guys were saying on social media, which was that you lot had decided to get in Baines. I decided to do the same and get Baines in for Holebas. Holebas has been consistently losing me points over the weeks, even though he's been up against good teams where he should be collecting the points. However, I cannot argue with the fact that Baines got me 15 points. So good job, you guys. Thanks for the insight. My only major regret, I guess, is not captaining him. And failing that, again, I could have had Gibson in instead of Cedric. Let's have a look what I plan to do in game week 21. This game week. This is how I plan on lining them up for this game week 21. I am really hoping my yellows play. I'm unsure of the nature of Ibrahimovic's injury. That seems pretty new. And I'm hoping Benteke will be back also. Until just a day ago, Valdez was also a yellow, and I was deciding to keep him in anyway, but it looks like he might have recovered well. He did play in the midweek game. Other than that, I'm only really just deciding on whether to take a bit of a chance on Baines against Man City. Maybe you guys can pop me a comment below on that one. And I'm probably between Costa and Sanchez for captain. Lastly, just a note on my transfers. I haven't made any transfers this game week. I'm considering on saving them up. The reason for that is that I'd like to transfer Hazard out. If you relook over Hazard's stats for the last few game weeks, his price versus his form hasn't been particularly good. And I'm thinking of downgrading him to somebody like a Coutinho, a Lallana, or even a Dele Alli, so that I can upgrade one of my other midfielders, like Matic, and hopefully be able to pay for a slightly better third midfielder. So again, as always, let me know what you guys think. That is it, you guys. That is you all up to date with my FPL football team. I hope you really enjoyed it. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and do all those fabulous things. Also, keep your eyes open for my Team of the Month for December. I'm just working on that now and it should be with you very soon. Until next time, Nympria out.